amongst aliens, what would I do?
What would you do?
I would do as the Romans do. I'm an alien too. What you mean? I'm different. Welcome back to another show. Kenni and Rio, Convos with us, your favorite people.
I'm Kenni.
And I'm Rio. And today we're going to do another round of questions. We're going to pick up where we left off. So here we go.
I have several questions on my phone. The first one I want to ask is, this one's from Maylee. Hi, Maylee.
What's up, Maylee?
Hey, girl. Hey,
Pew,
Maylee.
pew, pew. One of our supporters. What's up, girl?
Yeah, so thanks for this question. She gave it to us a little bit ago, but we have a chance to answer it now. And it's a really good one. It probably could even be like a regular, another video, like an actual video, like a vlog style.
Yeah.
Because she asked about prices too. So her question is related to dating. So related to dating, she asked.
What'd she say?
Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. I'm like, it was right here. Okay, what are budget-friendly dates? Like couples activities, and she asked the cost of it. I think the cost might have to be discussed maybe on like an actual full video one day, which I would love to do. It's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
But I'll ask you, do you have any budget-friendly date ideas?
Yes, you can always play board games. What me and her like to do, we like to play Jenga. We play Jenga all the time, and it's like one of my favorite games. It's also really good with a lot of people, but specifically for date-wise, that's always a good one. If you're into chess or checkers, that's always a good one too. You know, Monopolies is a good one as well.
Monopoly's so long though.
It is so. That's the only thing about playing Monopoly. You gotta have some time.
Monopoly.
You gotta have some time set aside for Monopoly if you're gonna play that game.
I like Uno Flip.
Uno Flip. So they got Uno, and then they got Uno Flip. And Uno Flip is where they got the same regular Uno, but then on the other side they have like different colors. It's like a whole nother color scheme. It's like the first ones is like regular blue, yellow, red, and green, but this side is like teal, lavender. You know, it's just like different colors. But yeah, so that's a good one. Also too, you know, maybe your partner could, you know, teach you how to play spades. If you don't know how to play spades already, I don't know. Spades is a good one. We play spades.
People?
Are we spades people? I don't know. I mean, I'm a spades person. I love playing spades. Spades runs in my family.
His spades runs in his family.
It does. It definitely does.
His mama and his granny are really good spades players.
They are grand champions. I've never seen them be defeated ever.
I've never heard of it. So to me, they're like top tier.
Something else we like to do is, if you like to get active, we skate too. So skates on Amazon, you can get some for about $60, you know, per person.
These skates have lasted me 3 years.
Yeah.
And we skate a lot on concrete, which is like more wear and tear on them.
Yeah.
And it's lasted me. So if you're okay with investing a little bit, and
it's definitely worth the return on investment for sure.
If you're okay with investing a little bit in the product of skates, then for me it's lasted 3 years, and so it's the gift that keeps on giving, literally.
Yeah.
And that makes it, once you pay that, it's basically free. We bring our speaker outside and we just go to like either a tennis court or a park or whatever. Something
I would say that I recommend too. Everything is so much better with a speaker. Barbecues, going out and skating, picnics. I would definitely invest into a speaker.
The one that we have is the JBL 5.
Yeah.
It's nice because if someone else that you know has a JBL speaker, you can connect them and make it like a mega boom sound.
Yeah, it's like a little concert in there for real.
It's portable, it's waterproof, it's great.
You could always go get into yoga, like do like yoga stretches and stuff like that.
Acro yoga, like couples.
Oh yeah, couple acro yoga. That's a good one too. Acro yoga is completely free. You can always do this one at home. You can do this in your bed if you want to. So you just you take your partner.
Be careful. We're not telling you to fall or hurt yourself. Disclaimer. Be careful.
Please don't hurt yourself.
Because you can fall.
Please look up acro yoga, ACRO yoga, and you'll be able to see what they be doing. But basically, it's like partner yoga. So like when you'll have one partner, and then the other partner will get on top, and like they'll like hold them and like support their weight, and then the other person could be like almost in a sense feeling like they're floating because they'll also be like laying on your feet too. So it's really cool. I would definitely recommend that too.
It is fun. If you're into gym dates, I know it's like not It may not sound like fun to people, but it is
I
quality
think it's
time.
fun. It's great.
He's wired. He loves the gym. He's like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah, let's go to the gym. That could definitely be a date.
I gotta be in the mood for a gym date.
And then you can eat afterwards too.
True.
You can eat together afterwards.
Going on walks is underrated, personally.
Walks are pretty nice. They're pretty nice.
And they're cute.
They are cute. Yeah.
And getting fresh air is always very cute. Even like if you have a patio outside of your apartment, I feel like just cooking dinner, making it look fancy, or doing like little drinks, whatever, and then sitting on your patio. Personally, I consider that a date because I think it's just you're not at your regular eating environment, and I like that.
If you want to go on a walk, like walk around downtown, explore downtown together for real.
Get ice cream.
Yeah, get ice cream, pizza, nice little stroll out, get some fresh air.
I feel like in most downtown spaces you could get like ice cream or a slice of pizza.
I feel like pizza, ice cream, and hamburgers are always going to be available no matter where you go in any downtown.
They're fairly affordable for all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, paint, like a paint night.
Oh yeah, like drawing and painting. Yeah, you can do that too.
It's at home. You can go get some canvases from Five Below for the low.
Mm-hmm.
And the low. You can get paintbrushes from there. You can get, it might not be the best quality paint, and it's cheap. Hopefully, I mean, that's a pretty big answer.
Yeah, I think it's pretty extensive answer.
We might do like, you know, more creative concepts with prices in another video because I kind of like the idea.
Yeah.
Or even how to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
That is nice, but like you're not breaking the bank. So we'll think further on that one.
Shout out to Maylee again. Pew, pew. Yeah. Go check her out. Name's Ro. She's into gaming. Next is gaming on TikTok, I believe. Check her out.
She streams and she's pretty cool. Do you care which direction I go in questions?
No, just do your thing.
Let it rip?
Let it rip.
Okay. Aliens have been on the topic of the media lately with all these whistleblowers and everything. Mm-hmm. So this question that I found.
I'm so excited.
I love aliens. Okay. I really like conspiracy-ish type things. Things that we're not like sure about, right?
Right.
So if you were the only human among aliens, what would you do?
If I was the only human amongst aliens, what would I do?
What would you do?
I would do as the Romans do. I'm an alien too. What you mean? I'm different. That's how I be. You an alien? How you know I'm not an alien? I'm just saying, like, if he's an alien, I'm an alien. I'm a different type of alien. What alien? Aliens racist? Are aliens speciesist? Speciesist. Would they be speciesist? I don't know. Could
Is
they?
that a word?
Speciesist? I feel like it is.
Speciesist.
I'm a different type of alien species.
Compared to them. Okay. So
like, if he's an alien species and I'm an alien species, to me, we should establish a brotherhood and being aliens together from different species. That's how I feel about it. So I'm like, what's up, everybody? What up, dog? You know what's up?
Universal, not world peace, universal peace. Get a brotherhood.
Oh yeah, I want a brotherhood with these people. Like, what's up, man? Like, you know, let's do it. What y'all got? I'm gonna share, y'all gonna share, you know. Gonna do some back and forth. We're good.
How would you navigate speaking?
That's a hard one for real. You know what? If I'm chilling with aliens, first thing I'm gonna do is that I need to know how intelligent these aliens are. You know what I'm saying?
How do you test? Because think about it, they may not even speak your language.
They might not even speak my language.
How are you going to test? What, are you going to give them a quiz? You going to give them a quiz?
I'm going to give them a quiz. I'm going to be like, beep, bop, boop.
Right.
Boop, boop, boppity, beep.
And then see how they respond.
Now, if they shocked, and they're like, oh, then, you know, we just go on from there. But if they're like, then I'm going to try to say something different. The number one thing you want to do when it comes to aliens is emotional regulation. You don't want to piss no aliens off. You don't want to do that. You always want to keep them calm. What you got to do is you got to figure out what's going to keep these aliens calm, because you don't know what they're capable of.
You don't.
So that's the number one thing you always got to do with aliens. Always regulate the emotion. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to try to party. And if they're not feeling it, I'm just going to sit.
You probably like this.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, raise the roof.
Hey.
Raise the roof. Hey. You know? And then I'm going to do a TikTok dance, because you never know, they might be following us on TikTok.
Line dance. We should.
I'm gonna teach them the electric slide.
That might work.
All right, so then, what I'm gonna do?
I was mid
jig. All right, so what we say? One of the first things I'm gonna go to them and say, I want to say period, period, and see if they understand, if they respond.
You better not.
Why not to the aliens? To the aliens, they might. It's throwback enough. It's throwback TikTok enough for them to, if they're watching, then they will understand. But if they don't understand, then they don't watch TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
And that lets you know where we are.
Exactly.
I did not even think you take it that direction. But
I'm just saying, you know, we got to see how we can relate with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because if we can relate, then we can bond. If we can bond, we can create the brotherhood.
If we can brotherhood, we can grow.
That's right. That's right. What would you do, alien?
I try to figure out how we're going to communicate first, because sometimes when people, I guess, and/or beings can't communicate, they get frustrated.
Right.
And I don't have time for the frustrations. We need to be calm, cool, and collected.
It goes back to that emotional regulation. It makes
right.
you keep calm. Okay, so if you see that they don't communicate in English, how would you establish a means of communication?
First, I'm going to give them something.
You're going to come with a gift. I mean, that always
People
works.
love gifts.
People love gifts.
If you give a
Beings,
gift,
entities love gifts.
Put it down and be like.
So you gonna bow to them? Bow to them. Okay. What if like you bow to them and they're like, yes, you do everything I say, like, you know what I'm saying? This could be like, you are now my master.
Okay.
You know.
Well, then instead, I'm gonna give him a gift and I'm gonna dap him up.
You know, dap him up. What up, big homie?
What else am I supposed to do?
All right.
I don't really know, but I feel like a gift would be cool.
I'll go up to him and try to play paper, rock, scissors.
Because what happens what if you beat them, or they beat you, and then they like laser you?
Oh, you're right.
I don't know.
We don't know what the stakes are. We don't understand that, because they might be a savage species to where if they win anything,
it's over.
It's over.
So I think the best thing is to just be like this.
So no games. No games with aliens.
Yeah. Maybe hold up pictures. People can interact without being able to speak the same language.
Yeah.
So if aliens are advanced, I would assume it can be done the same way.
I show them a picture of Michael Jordan. Everybody know Michael Jordan. And if they don't know him, then they probably not keeping up with what's going on Earth.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody on Earth knows who Michael Jordan is.
It's worth a shot.
I think it's worth a shot, right? Who's the most famous person in the world that you would show somebody if you was to see if they were keeping up with Earth?
Obama.
Obama might be more famous than Michael Jordan. Than Michael Jordan. You're right. I think Obama will work. You beat me. You got me on that one. Obama.
What quality do men love most in women?
It depends on the man.
PG.
Like a Georgia peach.
Answer.
All right, wait.
Just kidding. You guys say however you want to answer.
What qualities? Wait. Can you repeat the question?
I can. What quality do men most love in women?
Now we talking mental qualities. We talking physical qualities. We talking about emotional qualities.
Mental and emotional.
Mental and emotional. All right.
I feel like mental and emotional are things that people need the answer to. I feel like physical people can kind of guess. So mental and emotional probably is where you can answer.
When it comes to emotional, every man loves when their woman is emotionally enthusiastic within their interactions with them. Every single one.
Every single one.
Every single one. You can't tell me a man who don't like it when their woman or lady they're talking to or courting is not enthusiastic in their interactions with them. Like they just dry, like.
So it's like, I brought you some flowers.
You're the man and I'm the woman.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Ooh, these flowers is nice. I really appreciate it. You're good at giving good gifts.
That's enthusiastic.
Yeah, like all the energy and just like,
Okay, what's not enthusiastic? Here's some flowers.
Thank you.
Do you feel like a lot of women are dry? It looks
for
like
me,
you know
for me,
somebody who's been like, thank you. They look like.
You know, I would say I went on a few dates with women who were like that, and I didn't go on another one with them. Just because, what are we gonna talk about? If you talk like, yeah.
What makes good first date conversation?
When you get lost in the conversation.
Do you know how people can do that? Do you have any tips for getting lost in conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do?
Okay, this is what I do.
What you
To
do?
get people lost in conversations, you gotta have good questions. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stimulate the mind. What you gotta do is you gotta go in with a game plan. You know what I'm saying? Go in being like, I'm very interested in this person. What do you do with somebody that you're interested in? You get to know them. Ask questions. Ask them about their life. Ask them what they like to do. Ask them what their favorite vacation was. What do they do on their vacation? Why did they go there? What do you like? Do you like beaches? Do you like mountains? You know what I'm saying? What are you into? Everybody got their preferences on something, and then with those preferences that they have, ask more questions about it. Boom. Now you're in there. You have a conversation. You have it flowing.
I feel like this translates even into like meeting a new person just regularly. My best tip for that is to be as random as possible. Like,
you got that down pat.
I got that down.
It's really good.
Solid.
Yeah.
So what you do is like, say you tell me, what's your favorite food?
Potato salad.
Potato salad. Who makes the best potato salad in your family?
My mama.
How did she do it?
I don't even know for real. I know she used mustard, mayonnaise, potatoes.
Okay. When did you first have bad potato salad?
Oh, man. At somebody else's family get together.
You see what I mean? It's like we're still talking about food, but now if you want to bounce off of, now you talk about, oh, so does your family have family events a lot? Did you grow up, like now you can ping pong off of every single thing. We're ping ponging
here.
here.
Ping pong action going on.
I thought that was cute.
It was cute.
What is anger?
What is anger?
And when is it appropriate to act on it?
I feel like, for real, I feel like anger is active sadness. That's how I feel about it, for real, because like...
Because I feel like anger is like bottled up, stale energy that's ready to bust. Like things that you're holding in. Like if you never express it, I feel like it just rattles up and gets pissed and it's like...
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think that's a good characterization of it, for sure.
Because a lot of times people, when they're angry, they pop off. And people don't always pop off unless they're angry or sad.
I feel like, because what happens when you see somebody angry? They so angry, blah, 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 and if they're really angry, just kidding. And I feel like that's what they like.
Are y'all, when you get angry, do you fight or do you cry?
I think they fight and then they cry.
Everybody?
I think they do.
Some people skip crying and they just...
I feel like some people just... I feel like crying is the end.
Okay.
Like, that's when you get into the sadness or like the root of it all. I feel like a lot of people throw hands when it comes to being angry first. Or they'll be angry. If they get to a certain point where they explode, they'll throw hands or throw things, items. Who knows what they throw?
Whatever's available.
People. Who knows? Tables.
Throw people.
Whatever. So then after that, what they do is that, like, if it's still in there, then eventually they get to a point where they're like yelling, and the yelling kind of sounds like crying a little bit. I feel like it always happens. If they keep expressing themselves to the point where they're still letting out that anger after the explosion. Now, some people don't explode and they just keep the anger and they're just like seething inside, and now that's a little different, I feel like.
Some people don't cry and they just keep hitting. until they feel better. I've seen that. I don't recommend being in that zone.
So I mean, is it appropriate to be angry? I think it can be appropriate to be angry. I think it has to be directed.
I feel like no one can say if it's appropriate or not to be angry. I feel like it's valid for people to be angry, regardless, most times.
Right.
Is it appropriate to release in certain spaces? That depends on the space that you're in. But I think you can't say is it appropriate for someone to be angry because
you're always valid to be angry.
You have that space to be angry regardless. Now, what you do with that?
I don't necessarily know if you can just do it. Like, you can't just do being angry on somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be angry and then like, I'm angry, I'm gonna do something to you. No, I don't agree with that.
Because I think at some point you have to balance like your maturity level.
Yeah.
A lot of people fought a lot when they were younger and then hit certain age, and then they stop fighting because they feel like it no longer fits their maturity level.
Yeah.
And they find new ways to release their anger. So I think it's not so much about should you, like, is it appropriate to be angry? It's more so, I think, at what point do you find new ways to release your anger?
Yeah, I think it's just like how do you express your anger? And like, because you could express your anger in a peaceful way where you're angry, but you're like just verbally communicating that, hey, this is why I'm angry, this is what I need, this is what's being unfulfilled, this is a result as to why I'm angry. But then you can go the other route where you're like angry and you're like throwing stuff. Like, I don't ever really think that's, I don't say it's not appropriate, because some people do be doing some messed up stuff, but
that can make you angry.
That can make you angry or you throwing stuff. Now, but I can't really say that like I can't really advocate for getting up and throwing a champagne bottle at somebody's face or nothing like that, you know?
Like Bad Girls Club.
I used to love that show.
I know. Toxic, but
it is toxic, but you know.
At the time it was entertaining.
High ratings.
High ratings.
High TV ratings.
I guess it depends on your goal, too.
I guess it just depends on your goal. Because if you're on Bad Girls Club, they do want you to be angry.
That is your check.
You know what I'm saying? That's the space. That's where they want you to be.
So,
angry, you know? Yeah, it really just depends on the space that you're in and what you're trying to cultivate, for real. Because if you're on TV, on a reality TV show, they probably want you to be angry. So go ahead and let loose.
You gotta,
you know, do your thing.
Scope out the scene.
Yeah, but if you're in a relationship and you're trying to communicate with your partner, it's probably not a good idea to express that anger onto them.
Probably not. This one, the question is, why is it that when you see your ex getting better after your breakup, that you begin to feel bitter, even if you believe that you want what's best for them?
Ooh, ex question.
First of all, I guess you have to say, have you experienced being bitter post-relationship?
Have I experienced being bitter post-relationship? Yeah, I have before.
Okay.
I have been bitter before. I think it really just depends on the timing of it all too, because like, if you see your ex doing better a week after y'all broke up, I mean, you're gonna be a little bit bitter after it, because it's like, dang, we just broke up last week. But
I'm guilty of that one.
What? Oh yeah, that's true. Dude.
You said that's true.
I think it really just depends on the timing of it all, for real, because a lot of times people break up with their partner and they don't get closure on what it is they feel they need closure on from that relationship.
Yeah.
Not saying you need closure from all relationships. That's not necessarily true. But if you felt like it was necessary with that particular relationship to get closure, then you could feel bitter about it if you didn't feel like you got the closure that you needed. I think being bitter about your ex doing better, and let's even just talk about doing better, because that's also subjective as well. You know what I'm saying? Doing better, what's that mean? You know?
It could be that when y'all were together, the girl was dry.
Yeah, she could have been dry.
With her face.
You know what I'm saying? She wasn't enthusiastic, you know?
But then after, now, she's enthusiastic.
Right, now she's enthusiastic.
That could make...
You know, that could make somebody feel a little salty. If I was with somebody and on Instagram, all their pictures was like this.
At first. You know?
And then all of a sudden they get with somebody else and they're like this?
Yeah. Traveling the world. Doing all kind of stuff.
Doing all kind of stuff.
That one was great. Do that again. That is not... Who is doing that?
If you see your partner doing better, quote unquote, your ex, not your partner no more because of your ex, because you broke up with him. So if you see him doing better, I mean, like, why would someone be salty about that? Let me ask you that. Why do you think someone would be salty about their ex doing better?
They may have thought the relationship was more than what it was. Or maybe
or what?
They had high hopes for the next stages, and they never got a chance to fulfill it. Or you said why they're bitter, right?
Yeah.
Or they could be possessive or controlling, and
It's true.
it could be an embarrassment thing. The person could assume that others from the outside are looking in on that person who is now happy acting or doing better, and they could be, gossiping about it or judging people.
Where does the embarrassment come from?
People talk. And people make up their own stories about everything.
Right.
So like
rumors and stuff.
Say like I broke up with you.
Right.
Now I'm happy.
Right.
Someone could be like, well,
she wasn't happy at first.
I heard that the reason why they're not together is because he wasn't doing X, Y, and Z. When he could have been doing X, Y, and Z.
He could have been.
But then people are putting their spin on it, and
speculating and all that other stuff.
So I guess the best way to go about it, just breakups are just messy. Sometimes they're just a little, because sometimes you don't see them coming. Sometimes people mutually are like, this actually isn't working, and they're just like, let's separate, and they both agree. I
think it also just going back to what you were saying about the expectation thing. If somebody thought hey, we're about to go all the way with it, we're about to get engaged, about to get married, have kids, all this other stuff, and then they break up, then it's like all those hopes and dreams of what they have for the future is gone.
Each couple dynamic is different, so it's really hard to speak on that one, because somebody could see their ex doing better and be like, good for them.
Right.
I'm
like that about all my exes. For real. I'm happy for all of them. I wish the best for all of them, each individual one of them.
He actually does.
If I could call all my exes and talk to them, I'll be cool. What's good with you? How you doing?
All of them?
Yeah, all of them. Every single one of them. If they were cool with me. They might not be cool with me. Who knows? I don't know. But I feel like most of them are cool with me. It really just depends. The answer to that question is that it just depends on the dynamic of the individual relationship.
And can you all be mature moving forward? And do you even need to see what they're doing later to even care?
Right. You gotta move on.
So
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Are guys not allowed to have a sensitive side? Not allowed.
This is a touchy topic for real. It's actually very interesting because the person who asked this question, they identify as a gay female. So I guess lesbian. She said that one thing that she noticed is that as soon as she went from straight and being gay and having more it cut her hair and all that other stuff, then she started getting the expectations that guys get in relationships.
I feel like it helps make sense too, is that in her relationship types or styles, she's considered more masculine in the relationships typically, it seems. So people started to just consider her a man, but they would do it with traditional men and women stereotypes and roles. So which I found very interesting. It's interesting because the gender roles were playing in that dynamic between her and that person, because they were talking about being sensitive. I think she said something about how was she being so sensitive, and they said that to her, and she's like, well, what, I'm still a female, you know what I'm saying? They said excuse me, they were saying that she's being too sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
But then also a lot of people think women are supposed to be sensitive.
Right.
Compared to like men,
Mm-hmm.
traditional identifying as men, you know? And so it is interesting because she's like, on some ends, people would be like, well, it's two women, y'all are both girls. Like it don't work in their eyes. But then also the same people could be like, well, you're too sensitive.
Yeah.
So,
right.
But that's from someone who people are putting the pressure of her to be masculine and manly.
Right.
When that could just be how she expresses.
Yeah.
But she didn't necessarily put out like a label that says like, treat me this way.
Yeah. It's interesting because when it comes to being called sensitive or anyone using the word sensitive, it's always used as a response to someone's expression. And that always kind of gets me. You want someone to feel what is happening in between two different people. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be talking to someone and they just feel like they're just numb to the conversation or just numb to whatever's coming their way. You know what I'm saying? So like,
can I be honest? Like personally, like as a woman talking to men, I don't like talking to guys who are so numb.
mm-hmm.
Even as like a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I actively try to like loosen people up, especially men, because I feel like so many men that I've encountered, even like teenager boys, like young people, my whole life, like boys to men, like all of them have been taught to be so hard. When like in reality, in relationship, yeah, you might like the hard characteristics as in like a safety perspective or just feeling like, you know, I guess more in the safety department of that. But on the other hand, it's like you want somebody who can has emotional intelligence and can be softer, because like if you're crying, you want somebody who can process and communicate and express sensitivity towards you,
right?
So that you can feel better.
Yeah, you don't want somebody being like, oh, you're just gonna suck it up, just suck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Like those who've been there, that sucks. It's not cute. And so I know people like you know, they think that they want a hard, you know, macho, aggressive type man, but then the same people sometimes are upset when that person can't give them the sensitivity that they need to support their emotions. To
me, it seems like the hard macho men are a representation of safety and protection for women. It's like they're hard and macho, ooh, he can protect me if something's to go down. But on the flip side, when the girl or the person, whoever they're talking to, is emotionally vulnerable, then a lot of times they're not capable of being emotionally vulnerable because of that hard.
A lot of men, like younger and stuff too, they get taught, like if say they try to express one thing about themselves and someone will tell them you're too sensitive or you need to man up or whatever. And those words are so, one, degrading, and two, just it's just rude in general to say to somebody, because it really is, it's not healthy.
Yeah. Because
at the end of the day, people, whether you're a man, a woman, identifying as masculine, identifying as feminine, identifying as trans, whatever you identify as, you have to express.
Yeah.
Like it's a necessity.
It is a necessity.
And we just kind of as a people need to get over it and kind of grow and mature and understand that emotional intelligence and sensitivity amongst people, whether you're a man or a woman, needs to be expressed. There needs to be space for everybody. And I feel like if one day like we have a son or something, they need to have the freedom to express too.
That's true.
If my cousins, if my friends, if people who are like younger and they're men and want to express, they need to have that space too. If my dad wants to express, he should have that space too. I don't care how old or whatever you're at, but people need to be able to express and be sensitive.
Yeah.
I feel strongly about that, personally.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
I mean,
maybe I shouldn't be so.
I mean, no, I definitely feel that what you're talking about is valid.
I shouldn't say ridiculous, but it is something that you need to think about.
I just feel like sensitivity, like just like literally, if we just take what it means, like sensitivity, right? You know, say you're like playing a game and you like up the sensitivity, it just means that like, you know, you're you have more flexibility in movement. You know, you're not as sluggish if your sensitivity is low versus high. If you had a flame, an open flame, I mean, you would want to have a level of sensitivity where you could take your hand away from it immediately so you don't have to receive any damage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
And senses is like awareness.
It's literally sense, awareness.
So if you break it down, it's like the activity of this sensing, like activity of awareness almost, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's actually a good thing.
It's a good thing because like you want to be able to sense everything that's around you. You want to be able to have those senses open and available, you know, and not dulled and dwindled.
And just like you said too, you said men want women to be enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm.
Men can't probably be enthusiastic if they can't be expressive and or have at least a touch of sensitivity in them.
If you don't have emotional sensitivity or you are lacking emotional sensitivity, then all emotions that get thrown to you, you will not be able to bounce them back.
Right.
You know, and who wants to be throwing emotions and not having them reciprocated and received back? It's no longer a symbiotic relationship or interaction that's going on anymore because one side is like dull while the other one is like, hey, let's keep this thing going.
I guess that one made me upset, but whatever.
That's all good.
According to you,
okay,
what is a true friend?
A true friend.
What makes a true friend?
A true friend. To me, a true friend is somebody that I can tell anything to and they will not judge me for it. And when I say judge me, I mean, when I say judge me, I mean like the next day they see me, they're not gonna be acting weird, they're not gonna be acting funny, they're not gonna be distant, they're not gonna be doing any of those kind of things because it's just another day.
Or if they bring it up in a way where you're like, cause like Michaela, for example, hey girl,
I love you, Michaela.
Yeah, if I say anything to Michaela, it could be off the wall. She'll first just be like, okay.
She will be like that.
She'll pause and be like, okay. She'll let it breathe for a minute. She'll be like, so why'd you say that?
Right.
And then also too, I think a good friend can check you if needed.
Yeah.
In a way that they know you're gonna get it completely, but respectfully.
Right. I feel like good friends are not like trying to be like shady to you, you know?
Yeah.
Not trying to be. I mean, they might hint that it could be shady or looked at as shady from the outside perspective, but they're not directly like shading you for what it is that you're doing or whatever it is that you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that I don't know. That might not look right to somebody else. I mean, I ain't gonna judge you, you know, but you know.
Yeah, they'll tell you all the scopes, but be like, but
somebody
do what you do, girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So true friend, I feel like. What do you
I feel like true friends grow with you as you evolve.
Yes, I do feel like a true friend is gonna like keep up with that evolution that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And not even say keep up with the evolution, because like some people grow at different rates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people grow at different rates. So.
But sometimes when different people grow at different rates, not everybody can accept the changes that take place. But I feel like a true friend, even if you're way up, even if you're way over here on the spectrum and they're way over here, a true friend is still going to find some type of common ground for you all to relate through and relate on. And so they will always make sure that they're available for you to some degree.
Yeah. And
it's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Right. I think that's what a true friend is someone that you're in a mutually beneficial relationship with.
Last question. This is one. Someone asked us recently. A couple people did actually.
What did they say?
This is one. I don't know if it's the same question, but it's close enough. It says, like us, how do we stay so positive in relationships?
Oh, how do we stay positive in relationships?
They didn't really ask that in person. They more so asked like, they were like, you guys always seem happy when you're together. Do you ever fight? And we're like, yeah.
Absolutely.
We fight all the time. But not all the time, but like we fight like regular people, but we don't.
I don't even say fight. I just say
we don't be fighting.
We have discussions where
thick discussions.
Thick, potentially disagreeable discussions. That's what I feel like we have. But we're not like fighting. We're not like fist fighting. We're not like hitting each other. We're not even like really yelling. We're not even really overly yelling at each other like that.
Both of us, before we get too loud, either one of us, if one of us is talking a little too loud for our liking, we will both be like, your tone is a little too aggressive for me. Yeah, that we'll be like, we'll pause first and give each other a chance to correct it first. Right. We'll be like,
maybe you didn't know.
Yeah, we'll real quick. Real quick. I'm sorry. Hate to interrupt you right now, but did you realize you were raising your voice at me?
Right.
And you'll be like, you kind of loud. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or we'll stop. Like, you're yelling at me. Oh, my bad.
Yelling at me.
And you need to chill.
Yeah, you.
That first and foremost, even if it makes you mad, because having somebody tell you to be quiet or like calm down is kind of hard.
Yeah.
But if your purpose is to be with that person and to be respectful, first and foremost, and care how they feel and how they receive your energy, then I think sometimes the first thing to do is to correct your tone and the way you speak.
See, the thing is that when you get in a relationship, you have to communicate what your boundaries are. And that's where I feel like people are kind of like missing that step. It's like, some people don't like it when you raise your voice. Some people don't like it when you change your tone too quick. Some people don't like it when
your face looks turned.
When your face looks turned. You know what I'm saying?
Or like cussing at each other.
Some people don't like it when you cussing. I don't like people cussing at me, so I don't cuss at people. So if somebody's cussing at me, I immediately hey, whoa. So but yeah,
he's never been so real like do we?
Right. Do we have a problem? But yeah, so the first thing you got to do to have a happy relationship is to establish your boundaries. And the reason why you establish your boundaries is because when they are crossed, then you let them know, hey, you crossed my boundary. And then as being the partner that you want them to be, or as they want to be in your life, they will be like, okay, let me reel it back in because I'm overstepping my boundaries. But
that I already agreed to
because you communicated them to them.
You can adjust boundaries.
Yeah, you can always adjust them.
We call them like checkpoints.
Mm-hmm.
I know I said this, but after this conversation, I'm not cool with this anymore.
You always got to be open to changing your mind or allowing your partner to change their mind about whatever it is they already decided. Because if not, you'll be playing tit for tat. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to get into a tit for tat game.
Another thing that we do too, not that we're like experts or anything, but like one thing that we do is that we let it all out.
Completely
because
honest.
A lot of people, I've noticed, they'll only say some things and then they still have a bunch of it bottled in. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel, even if it takes me all night.
Yeah,
I will.
Because that's how
you will too.
I will. Because that's how like fights get started for real. Because like I'm sure everyone hates this. I'm sure everyone does not like it when they're in a heated discussion and they feel like they wrapped it up, everything's all good, and then a few hours later, and another thing. Oh God, no.
Or even like if it's like another day.
Or another day.
And it's like they bring up something from the conversation and like use it against you. Like you don't want that.
You don't want that at all.
Personally, I think we're very blunt with each other. That I think some people aren't. Like we'll say stuff to each other that's like,
we'll say crazy stuff to each other.
We will.
We will.
But from the beginning, we said, like, first week or so, we're like open and honest relationship, Like we want to make sure everything is communicated clearly. Mm-hmm. And we also believed in apologizing after, like from the jump. So it's like, you have to let it all out.
You got to.
And sometimes it's hard to tell somebody the truth about themselves.
And also, it's hard and sometimes it's hard to be emotionally vulnerable too, because in order to let it all out, you have to be vulnerable. You got to be open to even letting it out in the first place. And some people don't find that as an easy thing to do.
Like you can't just say, you didn't close the fridge and be mad at that. I feel like the next day to go the next step. You didn't close the fridge and that bothers me because.
Right.
And that's the vulnerable piece. Because like it's easy to be like, I can't stand when you don't close the fridge.
Right.
First of all, close the fridge.
Right.
But second of all, like,
yeah.
do you have to be able to tell them why it actually bothers you and maybe even when that started? Because sometimes what you're mad at for your partner is not even it's not even about them for real.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's not about them.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's about, you think it's about them because what they did triggered you.
Mm-hmm.
And then oftentimes after that, once you all discuss it further and you realize like what actually happened, it's because something took place surrounding that topic previously in your life, and that person just triggered it.
Yeah.
So I think it requires a lot of soul searching so that you can treat your partner fairly and with respect.
Right, because you also don't want to project on your partner either. Like, you don't want to get in a situation where like you didn't close the fridge, and the person didn't close the fridge, and you're like, well, you didn't close the fridge because you want all the food to go bad, and you want me to do all the work, and when I do all the work and all that, at some point, a lot of times when we're like in heated moments like that, we're like projecting onto our partner as opposed to actually like saying, hey, this is the root of the issue.
Another thing too, I guess, is if you're the person that you feel like is getting projected on, then sometimes you have to be able to say, I hear you, I get where you're coming from. This could be a place where you could be projecting. Not to discredit how you feel, but I don't feel like I'm doing this. And if you think I'm doing this, I need to explain further because it's not lining up,
Right.
But I think the biggest thing is make sure you lead with respect and know that you genuinely don't want to stay mad at each other, so like you have to fix it.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse than going out in public mad at your partner.
Yeah.
Fighting. That is the worst. Yeah. So
you always want to be on the same page.
And also too, oftentimes if we're mad at each other and we have to go out, I don't care if I'm mad at you. If I'm in front of others, we're equal front. I don't care. I could be yelling at him 5 minutes before you see me. If you see us together, we're one, we're happy, we're cool.
We're a unit.
If he needs my help, I'm going to help him. If you need my help, I'm
going to help you.
Exactly.
Right.
You see? Like, either way, it's just like, you can discuss it when you get back in the car, or you can discuss it when you get home, but like, I think it's really important in public to be a united front. I just do. And
I'd agree.
Yeah. Because I think that translates to a lot of areas, and people do pick up on y'all's energy, and it's just, why not give out what you guys want to represent, not the bump in the road of the day.
Right.
So
I think these are some pretty good questions. This is a good little show, I feel like.
I like these. They were random.
Nice little time. They were random. They were informative. I feel like, this might help somebody out there one day,
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun.
It has been. And we appreciate you for watching. As always, if you have any questions that you want to send to us, you can DM us on Instagram if you want.
Yeah.
Or you can text us. You can comment below. You can do whatever you want.
You can write on our community page on YouTube.
Yeah, if you want to, continue to be a part of this space, then feel free to support us and join us. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, until next time on Kenni and Rio.
Convos. Beer.
Bye, guys. Mwah. We love you.